Hello, this is ICR Tiger from thetradingtigers.com. Today, 8th of May 2014, and I'm going to be running through with you the CFDs. That's looking at indices, energies, and metals using the Ichimoku strategies. And we're looking at it on the 1 hour chart. So, before we start, once again, please do go through the disclaimer, stop and pause at your own leisure, and read it please, and also for the hypothetical performance. Okay, fine, so let's start. Let's get to those charts. Okay, fine, so we're going to be looking at Ichimoku, CFDs, starting with the energies, and here we are on the UK oil. That's Brent oil, and we're looking on the 1 hour chart. We're looking for some trading opportunities using Ichimoku. That's the Japanese trading system, specifically stating one glance look, and that's the whole point about why we're looking at Ichimoku, because it's so quick, so easy once you get to understand how to use the system. So currently now I see actually no trading opportunities to occur. Everything is kind of like in a consolidation kind of look, so absolutely nothing. There was a crossover which occurred here, but that's in the cloud, and that's something that we really don't want to be looking at. Remember, if it's going to be a crossover and we're looking for a bullish, it's going to be above the cloud, and if it's going to be a bearish crossover, we're looking for the crossover to occur below the cloud, and that's the crossover of the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. Before I start, let me just run through once again the actual lines and colors. What we have the Chicago here, and that's in a dark blue. We have Kijun-sen, which is in red, and we have Tenkan-sen in yellow, and the Kumo is this bearish is red, and greenish is bullish. So once again, this video isn't about teaching and educational. It's just about looking for potential trades for these CFDs using Ichimoku strategy. Okay, fine. So oil, UK oil. Now we move to US oil, which is WT oil. Once again, on the 1 hour, we can see price has come down below the Tenkan-sen, which is our trigger line. It's hit the Kijun-sen, right? We could actually wait for price to go down and then go above, but we'd like to see the price go down to hit the Kumo and come back up. That's what we'd be looking for if we were going to take a long position. Currently now you can see the Chicago is just running into price, and what happens when price runs into the Chicago is going to run into price. It's exactly the same thing. If you try to walk into a wall, you're just going to get blocked, and that's right, this is what's going to happen. We're going to see a little bit of consolidation perhaps around here. We do want to see price to fall down and to go back up before we take a trade in the long position. Natural gas, let's have a look at what natural gas is telling to us. Right now there's no signal of anything that I can see to occur. The crossover of the Tenkan-sen Kijun-sen happened above the cloud. Current Kumo is bullish, so I can't see anything interesting there. Let's move across now to copper. Copper's looking bearish, as you can see. Current Kumo is bearish, future Kumo is bearish. A crossover occurred here to go up, of course, but what we can do, we can look for a break below here, and that's at 3.03, and we need to see the Chicago pointing downwards before we can take any kind of decisive action, to be honest to tell you. So that's that. Okay, gold. Look at gold currently now. The Shikao is in bearish. It's below the Kumo. Current Kumo is in kind of some sort of consolidation, as you can see, and that's reflective of price. Future Kumo is bearish. We've had the crossover here. We could take a breakout accordingly based on certain things down around here, but I'd like to see this more pointed downwards, to be honest to tell you. Let's go to silver. Silver's looking quite more interesting actually, in terms of taking some kind of breakout kind of system here. Yeah, that's pointing downwards. We could take a breakout around here at 19.232. Let's go through the charts and have a look and see what things are saying to us. Now we move to the indices. We're moving to the one and only SPX 500. This is an indice. I must state it's not the S&P 500, but linked to the S&P 500, SPX 500. Yeah, crossover below the Kumo. The current Kumo is bearish. Everything is not pointing the correct direction. Okay, let's move on. And that's how quick and easy using Ichimoku is. We don't have to spend hours and hours of analyzing because everything is right in front of us. Okay, fine. So what are we looking at? We can see a crossover is going to happen here in the Kumo, and the current Kumo is bullish. Future Kumo is bearish. The Shikao is pointing down, although it's above its respective candle. Not confident enough to take any possible trade. And remember, we're not just looking to take a trade just because we want to take a trade. Okay, fine. So what are we looking at again? Crossovers happened here below the Kumo. It's not really what we want. Future Kumo is below, is bearish. Price is above. Nothing quite interesting here. Let's look at the NAS 100. NAS 100 and right. Okay, fine. So what do we can see? We can see the Shikao is below its current price. We're in a bearish sentiment. Current Kumo is bearish. Future Kumo is bearish. Price is above the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen line. We could look for a break below this Kijun as a Kijun-sen cross, and we could take our short position just here at 3537. That's where we could possibly take a short position. What we'll do, we'll actually put a marker there, and we can put our price around here. What we actually want to do, we actually want to see price cross here and close, and that will give us more confirmation rather than just cross, right? So if we were going to take any entry, we would take an entry based on, once again, cross of price over the Kijun-sen. We have to wait for the price to cross and then enter. For a very aggressive entry, you could take it as the price crosses, but you know how it is in trading, especially on the 1 hour. That's probably a little bit dangerous, I would say. But and if you're going to take a stop, of course the further away is the more conservative approach, but that is pips, and you could put it above here, 3581, sorry, points I should say, as we're looking at the CFDs. So that is around here, which is 45 points, which isn't too bad, to be honest to tell you. Quite comfortable to be able to take that potential opportunity. Let's go to the US 30. That's the top 30 companies in US, and let's move this to this particular tool. And what do we see? We can see crossovers already happened, and that's below the Kumo. Current Kumo is bearish, future Kumo is bullish, price is above the Tenkan Sen. Not a lot of things that we can do on this, the price has already moved. Let's move on to the next one, France FRA 40, that's the top 40 companies in France. Once again, all these indices seem to follow the same sort of pattern. Price has already taken off. Crossover happened before, below the Kumo. This part of the Kumo is showing bullish, as price is bullish. Future Kumo is showing bearish, so we can see some bearish sentiment coming to come. Very, very difficult to say. I mean, Chicago is way into above the price in the Kumo. We need to, if we're going to see any sort of bullish sentiment, we need to see it pop out and take it out. But you know, this future Kumo is bothering me. Kijun-sen is well below the Kumo, so not a lot that we can look at there. ITA 40, that's the top 40 companies in Italy. Currently now, what are we looking at? We're looking at yeah, we could probably look at no, not at all. I was thinking of a Kijun-sen cross, but a price has crossed the Kijun-sen, which is great. The only thing which is missing is this Chicago is in above the price. We actually want it to be below the price, heading downwards, so not a lot we can do for that. Japanese 225, that's the top 225 Japanese companies in Japan, of course, and Chicago is above the price. It should be below. We see all this bearish sentiment, meaning that we're looking for bearish kind of trades. If this can come further down, that would be wonderful, and we could see we could probably have a crossover to occur over here. What we could probably do, I'm not happy with taking any bearish sentiment right now. You can actually see how the Kumo is actually changing. This is the Senakawa A is actually moving up. We want to actually be pointing downwards, which would be giving us a more indicative pattern that we got some more bullish sentiment, bearish sentiment on the way. So nothing possible that we can have a look at there. The Oz 200, that's the top 200 Australian companies in Australia, as we said. What can we see here? Chicago is heading towards open space. That's a good sign. Price is above the Kumo, above Tenkan Sen. We could consider to take this as a ultra conservative strategy. Just take it on the high of this and wait for price just to break through. That we could do, or we could take a more conservative approach. In fact, this is the best signal so far that what we've seen so far today, and as a very conservative approach, let's just take it on the break. What's the price difference or point difference between the two areas from here to here? About 4 points. So I'm considering very strongly to take this position here at 54.84. And if we're going to put a stop, we'll put our stop way down here, right? And that is at 47 pips. We could actually be a bit more. I'm looking at the Chicago, all these points down here. You see, these are all Fibonacci levels, that I guarantee you. We can put it down here, which is down here at this particular point at 54.36. Let's get our 54.36, and we'll enter at around 54.04. Okay, fine. So get this off, and let's get our tools set up. Put it there. This is where I'm taking my long position on the Oz 200, a 1 hour, which is a CFD. I need to re-emphasize this. Let's just double confirm this so you can see it more clearly. Stop, and we put our entry here. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're not going to put any limit because we're just going to manage the trade through on a daily basis and see how this goes through. But of course, traders, do check your charts as the hours progress and tighten up your stop losses where necessary. Follow the cloud through. You can see there's some bullish sentiment coming through here. This is showing some bearish, but we're going to take an ultra conservative strategy up. So I'm going to enter at 54.84. I'll do that for you right now. Order buy and put our stop up. Take it down there, and we put GTC. Okay, fine. And that's where I'm going to be taking my entry at 54.84 with a stop at 54.36. So that's me. That's ICR Tiger from thetradingtigers.com, explaining to you about the CFDs, metals, energies, and indices, using the Ichimoku strategy on the 1 hour chart. Okay, fine. So thank you very much.